Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live. I am AJ. That is my guy, Mike Finch. And we're talking UFC 281. What's going on, my brother?
I'm good, AJ. I'm pumped for this card, bro. Top to bottom, a lot of fun fights. I gotta say, when I was studying for this one, I'm just like, super excited to see where a lot of these people are at in their career, top to bottom too. So a very, very fun one to get ready for, man. You've been having some fun breaking these ones down this week, because I'll tell the fans right now, a lot of times, I check what AJ's thinking. I don't know a damn pick this week. The one you texted me about. I don't know anything else, though. So this will be fun. I'm finding out all your picks live just like everybody else.
Let's go. I'm looking forward to it, man. Yeah, I'm curious to see where we line up on some. A lot of great fights. The main event, the boogeyman, Alex Pereira, fucking Adesanya, who's on his way to middleweight GOAT status. This is the scariest fight for him, period. Like, I'm looking through the card, and I'm just absolutely stoked for Saturday, and I'll shout it out. I'll be live for the entire card. So, guys, make sure you come through. Join me for the fight companion for UFC 281.
I always try to, brother. I always jump in. I'll open my YouTube driving my car. There AJ is at the top. Boom, I hit that live. I'm in, bro. So thank you for keeping me up to date. Even when I can't watch the fights live, it's good to drop in and hang out with you guys on a Saturday.
Hell yeah, brother. We got a lot of good action as far as like relevant MMA news that's going down. Anything you craving to touch on, Mike Finch?
Damn, relevant MMA news. Who did not see the photo op, the Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate stare down, just for clicks, I'm sure. But that was out this week. That was interesting. You want to start there? Interesting. Good for it. Hey,
money.
They're good at marketing shit.
Yeah, good money matchup. It's weird. I don't know. I'm picking Jake Paul. I'll tell you straight up. Jake Paul, boxing, Andrew Tate, right? Jake Paul. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Knockout. Jake Paul is primed. I think he'll win that fight. I hope we don't even see that fight.
Hey, did you see that Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira went to the top of the Empire State Building to stare down? I liked it, man. I like that they're getting out a little bit. Izzy's been a little bit outspoken this time. I'll actually read you guys a direct quote when we break that fight down, because I think he let the game plan go, making a joke. Yeah, man. So I'm definitely, dude, just this fight card has been all I've cared about all week. I'm super, super excited to actually place some bets on this one, because I think we got some fun fights that I think I could tell how they're going to go, man. At least I got an inkling I can. I'll bet on it.
What do you think about the Darek Min or Shyla Nordenbeke situation? You heard about it?
Ooh. All right. I heard a rumor.
Okay.
Now, I hope it's not true, James Krause, that James Krause picked against his own student, Derek Minner.
Okay.
If that's true, that's crazy, right? That would be insane. If he placed a bet, right, against his own student, something funky's going on there. So, but this is what happens when you mix betting in with the professional sports, especially one-on-one. It's not a team sport. I remember back in the day, people like, this baseball game was fixed. Like a baseball game? Would you have like 40 people on a fucking baseball team? For a fight, it's 2 people in a cage, 2 people in a boxing ring. So I would be surprised if shit like this didn't happen every now and then. With that being said, I don't know, man. I picked against Minner anyway. I thought he was going to lose that fight anyway. Did he go in there to lose? I haven't seen evidence of that yet.
I don't think he went in there to lose. I think he's went in there injured. And I think word on the street, maybe somebody let the cat out the bag. Who knows? And then, it's like the line got hit really, really, really hard. So I'm assuming that there's a chance that even Minner maybe bet against himself on that one. You know what I'm saying? He was like, listen, he's going to go out to win. Yeah.
If that's true, we gotta, me and you, AJ, because I saw your 10-minute take on the betting thing, how it's vague and whatnot. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out on MMA Experts channel.
My man.
It was a good hot take, and I come
Yeah.
from the same place as you. I got a little libertarian bone in my body too. Hey, government, leave us the fuck alone, right? Let it be the Wild West out here. That's why I live on the West Coast. However, in this instance, right, if you're betting against yourself, we got a problem here. Someone needs to step in.
Agreed. I guess I draw the line in the sand. Coaches betting against their fighters, that is fucking unacceptable. Now, I know I heard Minner's not training with Krause anymore, but you got to think there's direct contact. You got to think that he was heard. You know what I'm saying? The noise was out there. So we'll see. We'll see what comes next, man. Next topic, I guess, to briefly run over is a good question by John Jones, cellmate. I'm going to bring it up. Thoughts on Megan Anderson exploring Laura Sanko for having a affair with Krause? I don't know. Is this true, man? Is
what?
True,
that one, I missed that one, bro.
Megan posted on Twitter. Okay.
That.
So I have an opinion on this. Let's say Megan Anderson and James Krause had some type of thing going on at one point, and maybe he was flirtatious with Laura Sanko. It's possible that she's saying this like a woman scorn in that situation, like, yo, fuck him. We don't know for sure if this is true. Like, come on. I'm not going to say it's a definite, but James Krause, I mean, he's a wealthy dude, pretty popular. He's pretty slick. I mean, it's not impossible. I don't know.
Wow, man. These girls are out here putting these dudes on blast, bro. Remember Pollyanna Viana saying, that Colby Covington wants some anal play? Like, these girls are ruthless, AJ.
I think what it is I think Colby didn't call her the next day. And that's really what happened. So she's upset. And that's just, it's possible, man. I don't know.
Maybe she knocked him out, dude. Look at her hands, bro. That was
dangerous.
fucking super impressive performance, bro. When they were in that cage, I'm like, damn, she's taller than I thought. Holy shit, man. Good for her. Hey, can I give a shout out to AJ for his bare knuckle picks? A flawless card. Come on, people.
Thank you.
Come on, people. The debut episode of Bare Knuckle Bets and AJ cleans house. I mean, I think I went 6-2, AJ 8-0, something like that. Pretty good, bro.
That's sick. It was sick, dude. I was watching the fights, and when I got to the Reggie Barnett fight, I'm like, all right, I need just one more, and we clean the night. And I'm like, yo, how great would it be if the first ever episode, it's an undefeated? And I'm real happy it happened, bro. I think that put the stamp. It's like, these are the guys we want for BKFC, bro. These are the guys. Like, it was beautiful. Right. And now we got episode 2 coming out next week. So I'm stoked, bro. BKFC is honestly, it's the fastest growing combat sport for a reason. It's bangers every fight. I love it.
It's been super fun. Yeah. Right. To study, to watch these fights, the bare knuckle fights, these guys bring it, man. And girls bring it. I mean, the type of person, right, that steps in there to do a bare knuckle fight, you are a fighter. These are born fighters. You get a lot of athletes in boxing and other combat sports, but as far as bare knuckle, you are down to some ruthless, born to fight type people. It's entertaining shit, man. I was on Instagram listening to David Diaz after that loss, and he looked like Frankenstein. It looked like a Halloween costume. I don't know. And this dude's laughing. He's like, I get to smoke weed and chill now. I got my check. I'm good. It's like, these are the types of people. They want to do it. They want to do it. So back to the libertarian bone in my body. Let them fight. Let them fight. I'm glad they are able to make some money for themselves. It's some entertaining shit for sure. If you got some extra time, guys, check out BKFC. We're going to break down all of those cards. Big plug to BKFC, but we've been loving it, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm blessed with that opportunity. I know we're both in the blessed spot to be on the show together too. The dream team back in action on a new combat sport, bro. You couldn't ask for more. And bro, I think we got to get into this UFC 281 card, bro. First and foremost, though, Mike Finch, people are looking to bet on the fights. Where should they go? Where should they go?
Go where I go. You got to use promo code Moneyline at MyBookie. If you guys open an account at MyBookie using promo code Moneyline, you will get a bonus. You will be supporting the home team. We appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen.
Much love, my people. Smash the likes, guys. If you're new, subscribe. We're going to kick things off with the first fight of the night. Carlos Ulberg versus Nikolai Negumereanu. Mike, I'll let you break this one down to start us off.
Dude, I had Nikolai, in his last fight. I think we were against each other on that one, weren't we?
I think I overrated Pereira a bit. I was doubting Negumereanu a little bit.
And so like there's definitely part of me that's like, I got to double down on this dude. He's the better grappler here for sure. He likes to move forward. He keeps his hands up pretty high. These are good things against Ulberg. And then I'm like, okay, before that, I need to sharpen back up on Ulberg. I watched some of his old kickboxing fights. Dude, Ulberg is smooth with it, AJ. Ulberg is a problem, man. He's like got that Israel Adesanya where he kind of fights a row back here. It's kind of hard to get to him. His offense is just a row in front of his of the target of his head. And man, has he got some power, dude. He can knock people out with kicks. He can knock people out with lead hooks. I've seen him throw some big right hands. He's got so many different weapons. I'm thinking Ulberg sleeps his ass, bro. And look, I could see Nikolai trying to put something together as far as wrestling goes, clinching goes. But when I really dig into this fight, I see a sharp striker versus a guy who, when he misses, Nikolai misses big. He gets out of position. You'll watch, even in some of his finishes, he's throwing wild. Dude, you can get countered bad against Ulberg. I'm going to go city kickboxing, bro. I'm going to have to do it. Knockout. First round.
First round, I like it, bro. I'm with you on knockout. I think Ulberg's too slick. He's long. And also the fact that Negumereanu, yeah, he's got the wrestling in the back pocket, but I'll be honest, bro, if there's a team with strikers that I trust takedown defense-wise, it's City Kickboxing. They really have developed quality takedown defense. Pretty much every guy from that whole team, they're stopping takedowns for the most part. And Negumereanu might have wrestling ability. I don't think of him as a wrestling style fighter. He's that pressure boxing. He's a bit of a brawler. He gets, kind of dirty inside. You look at the Kenny and Zetshiku fight, and Zetshiku and him were like right there. Shot for shot, super close. Yeah. Ulberg, I know he lost in Zetshiku by knockout, but when he had his full amount of stamina, he embarrassed in Zetshiku, looked for the knockout way too hard, ends up getting himself dropped. If he fights with a patient game, and I think snipes Negumereanu from the outside, which I'm expecting him to, yes, win Carlos Ulberg. I'm with you because Ulberg's got a lot of kickboxing fights. And he's so new to MMA. The improvements he's going to be making are going to be so constant. I think he knocks out Negumereanu and he's the first guy to sleep. I'm with you, bro. Same exact pick, bro.
He's one of those dudes where you won't even see the kick coming. He's so relaxed. His leg's just going to sail up there, man. He's so smooth with it. I want to see how he does in a 3-round fight where he's got to wrestle a little bit. That's what I'm concerned with Ulberg. If Nikolai could just come out there, keep his hands up, keep putting that pressure on him so he's not staying on the edge of that sniper rifle. Like you said, snipe him. I like how you said that because he's shooting him from range, right? This is not a knife fight. Ulberg does not want to be in that pocket. Ulberg wants to be one row back, beat him up from there. Good fight to open the fucking card, AJ.
281's not playing, bro. The odds are really good, actually. It's -125 for Carlos Ulberg. Negumereanu at -100. I like the Ulberg side. I think it's a, value money line bet. The odds are good. I do think he's going to be constantly improving. I like the idea of attacking that play at near even money. And then if you're looking to prop things up, the Ulberg KO, it is at +285. But proceed with caution on the props.
Yeah, caution the prop. Although, like I said, man, I think he's looking for that KO, brother. If he's gonna be one of these, one of these elite strikers in the division, now's the time to show it. Let's see what he's got. Can he get a knockout here? It's definitely possible the way these two match up because, again, I think Nikolai's gonna come right to him. We'll see what he walks into.
We'll find out, bro. We'll find out. I'm glad we're on the same side, starting things off. Let's keep running. Next one.
As Max Holloway said, that's the beauty. That's the beauty. We get to find out.
We're going to find out in, dude, little over 2 days?
Woo, let's go.
Under 2 days, actually, at this time.
I think I'm going to watch this at the gym, at UFC Gym Huntington Beach. We got this huge screen. It'd be pretty badass to watch at the gym.
That's sick. Julio Arce versus Montel Jackson. Mike, so on this one, early on, I was looking at the Arce side. And I liked him as an underdog. But then I look at Montel Jackson. I'm like, okay, this is a long guy who closes distance fairly well to wrestle. He's not really a brawler with his punches. He's not a guy who's going to take crazy risks standing up. I think Arce is a pretty good kickboxer, moves actually fairly well off the back foot too, and kind of deals with striking pressure well. I'm just concerned that Jackson's side having the reach, and I think the athleticism advantage might not even be like a dominating wrestling display, but more of like a control heavy game. I think I got to go with the wrestler, man. Jackson's longer. I think the wrestling's the advantage. I think he might just fucking put a grind heavy win, a lot of cage control, maybe work some trips from in close. I'm going to pick Montel Jackson on a decision. It's not one of my favorite picks, though, especially at like 2-1 odds. What do you think of this matchup, Mike Finch?
I like the fight. You know, I got to see Montel Jackson early in his career. I was able to commentate his fights in the XFO. I remember him fighting a real standout in the XFO, Michael Parker. Shout out to MTC's Michael Parker. And, you know, he was smooth with it back then, bro. His kickboxing solid. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. And I'm looking at Arce on the other side. I just don't know what Arce does that's going to really upset him, man. I really feel like he's going to be able to find his groove in this fight. I do think he gets it done from range. And I think he could grapple with Arce too. You know, Arce, the way these two match up, I feel like he's not going to get to Jackson enough, man. I'm going to take Jackson on a 3-round decision, using his striking, using all of his limbs, and being a better mixed martial artist. You know, I think he could wrestle with Arce all day too. I don't think that'll be a big problem. And man, I think he might actually send a head kick up there too, brother. So I'll go decision though. I'll go Montel Jackson decision. I think he gets it done well. He has great physical attributes that come to fruition. Long arms, big hands, you know, quick. I mean, those things are going to pay dividends here when you get guys who are similar skill level. I think he gets it done, AJ.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. And I also think with Arce, he's got good shots from the outside, but I don't think he has huge power. And it's going to be hard to keep Montel off of him. I see Montel having success getting the clinch. Yeah, we're on the same side, Mike. We're going for Montel Jackson here. It's minus 205. Jackson, Arce, plus 175. As far as prop betting here, I actually don't love the idea, but I'll read off Jackson by decision is plus 175 and the over 2.5 at minus 165. I don't know why I'm just not feeling that hype on betting this one. Do you have would you
over,
in?
The over. I even though I think that Arce is going to have a lot of trouble closing the distance and he might eat a head kick or something, it's going to be hard to finish Arce. I think it's going to go all 3 rounds. If you guys like something, I would bet the over. But yes, there are definitely, it's not in my locks.
All right, good to know, bro. I'm glad we're kind of teetering on the same opinion with that one right there. Next matchup, Mike Trizano and Seung Choi. You know, I think I'm going against the grain, bro. I'm picking Mike Trizano to win this fight, man. I think Mike can do it. I think in close range, Mike Trizano could hurt Choi with a hook. I watched that Josh Kulabeau fight, and as Choi kind of gets engaged into a bit of a brawl, I'm noticing him overextending shots a bit. Trizano, he's not like the most crispy boxer, but he does have I don't know, kind of that tighter stance. It's a Tiger Schulman team guy. They kind of all have like, you know, with even Shane Burgos, like it's tight kickboxing, pretty nasty lead hook. I see Choi as a guy that fights well from the outside, but is willing to engage in a brawl a bit. It's not like Trizano's bringing iron hands, but for some reason I'm seeing a counter shot catching Seung Choi. So I'm going on the side of Mike Trizano here to pull this one off, and it'll be an upset too.
Mike Trizano's definitely the more disciplined striker between the two. Mike Trizano, chin tucked, hands up, moving forward, right? Mullet swinging back and forth or whatever he's got going on back there. I do think that he does make it 3 rounds with Choi, but the problem is who is going to be able to control the distance in this fight. I think Choi is going to eat him up on the outside. Choi's a little quicker. He's got a little more just athletics in general. Trizano seems a little dumb to me, meaning like not his mind is dumb, but his game is dumb. He's a little predictable. I don't know. I kind of see the other way where I think one of those big shots from Choi is going to find home. I'll tell you what, though, Trizano in nasty shape, right? Super, super good shape. Definitely pretty disciplined as far as like, you know, everything is what the coaches teach you. He's not going crazy in there. And, you know, overall he's durable, tough, all those things. Choi, on the other hand, I just see him just snapping some shots from the outside and teeing off on him a little bit. And then can Trizano take him down? I'm going to say no, bro. I'm going to have to go Choi. I like that you're on the dog, though. Odds wide or no?
It's not crazy wide, but it's still a, you know, decent enough dog at plus 140 for Mike Trizano. Choi at minus 170. So the lines aren't crazy. As far as the range, that's something I want to pull up here. I got the tail of the tape
Buffo
Yeah.
on the beat. Trizano is the Jay Cutler of the UFC. You
The
know I'm
Jay
from
Cutler.
Chicago, Buffo. You know I get that smoking Jay Cutler reference. I
That's
love it.
hilarious, bro. The Jay Cutler of the UFC. Yeah, there is a reach advantage for Choi. It's 3.5 inches here, so something to note.
Right.
The 10-5 record. I don't know why. I just get concerned when I see that record, bro.
Okay.
It's like he's not, he's flip floppy a little. I know Trizano, he's 9-3. It's not like he's 30-0 or anything crazy. He hasn't looked amazing. I think that it's gonna be a side though that I'm riding with. I don't know. I'm seeing that Choi Kulabayal fight as I'm looking at them exchange. I'm like, dude, I feel like Choi, like if he stays disciplined from distance, I do agree with the advantages, bro, from range. But like I feel like he might get engaged into a brawl a bit if Trizano has a little bit of success, and I could see him getting caught, man. So that's why I'm going the Trizano side.
Trizano's the one who got caught in his last fight, AJ.
Yeah.
I respect it, bro. I always respect if you go dog, man. You got to respect that shit. I think Choi's the better fighter. I think Trizano's going to fade off a little bit here. I just don't think he's UFC caliber. And I guess we're going to find the fuck out, folks.
Bro.
I'm against you on this one, bro. Choi
from Mike Finch, Trizano from myself. I think it's a good fight. You like the prop betting side, or you like, listen, let me chill with this one?
No, I'm chilling for sure.
Yeah.
Another one I could imagine going late, man. Trizano's so damn tough. I see some people in the comments are saying that Trizano mixes in grappling. King of NPCs. What am I missing with NPC?
Brett Okamoto.
National P Championships.
Non-playable character.
Wait, that's the interview. That's Brett Okamoto. There we go.
Yeah, it's him. No, that's the real Brett Okamoto in the chat.
Okamoto, appreciate seeing you, bro. You got a nice job. You know, I do interviews. If you want to switch jobs, you come on here with AJ one day. I'll do an interview one day. Maybe we'll be good. I'm gonna go Choi decision and not bet on it.
Fair, bro. I'm gonna go Trizano underdog, light dog attack, but Mike
Boomer moment. Old head Finch. What the fuck?
Whoa.
I'm only 30.
Damn.
Oh, hell, they're hating on me, bro. They're hating on me. Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Finch is a boomer. That's funny as hell, man.
Buffo called me fat earlier. Okay, he said something about the camera adding.
Chat. Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to diss you, Finch.
Now he's calling me old and fat. Buffo, you might have to come see me, dog. UFC Gym Huntington Beach. What's up, Buffo? What the fuck is up, Buffo?
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Next fight on the card. It's Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Silvana Gomez Juárez. I just don't like this one. I'm going to pick Kowalkiewicz.
Okay.
I'd say with the grappling advantage, man. I'm going to say she gets her in a submission. Silvana Gomez Juárez has the boxing advantage, though. She could knock her out.
Kowalkiewicz submission pick. I'm loving it, AJ.
Where you at, Finch?
Come on. Juárez is fast as shit. You see her slap the shit out of Vanessa Demopoulos before getting armbarred. Yeah, AJ, you're on. You put your finger on it, bro. Juárez, we need her to take jiu-jitsu class. Juárez, come train with me. UFC Gym Huntington Beach. We're going to get that guard right. When somebody tries to armbar you, stop trying to pull out. Stack them. Put that shoulder into them. Rip your arm out like you're starting a fucking lawnmower. That's how we get out of these arm bars. Turn your thumb the other way. Stop letting them control your wrist. There's just some simple shit that Juárez doesn't know. So Juárez is vulnerable on the ground. Excuse me. But I'm thinking that Karolina strikes with her, bro. I don't know. I don't see her necessarily taking her down. And you're talking about you don't like records. How about 13-7, AJ? You're gonna pick a 13-7
female,
favorite?
man. It's women's
MMA. That. I'm going with the better striker. I'm going with Juárez. She's faster. She gets to target with straight shots really nicely. She's in the big cage. That's like a football stadium for these smaller women. They get to move around a lot. Move those feet, Juárez. Keep this girl from getting a hold of you. And I think she's getting it done. I think she's gonna win it with her hands, dude.
Unfortunately, I'm going to disagree. I'm going submission for Kowalkiewicz. I do think, though, this is really a fight where Juárez is clearly the better striker. Kowalkiewicz, clearly the better jiu-jitsu. How's the Juárez wrestling? I mean, I think she's a tough, strong girl. I don't necessarily think it's easy for Kowalkiewicz to get it down, but I think she could do it. If she's trying to kickbox, Kowalkiewicz is mid as hell on the feet, bro, and I think she could get dynamite touched up. Juárez can box a little bit. So,
I'm telling you, bro.
Weird fight. Fast. Look at the odds, though. Like, it's super even. Like, there's a reason that it's like it's up in the air. -115 Kowalkiewicz, -105 for Gomez Juárez.
Got it. Okay, I didn't know the odds were that close. I actually thought they were wider. You know me and odds, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Steven
Okay.
Stevens.
It's even. All right. I thought I was on the dog. I was all excited. Fuck, dude.
She was the dog last week, though.
Juárez is fast, man.
like
Juárez is fast.
All right, let's look this
bro.
up real quick, Mike Finch. The KO prop for Juárez is sitting at plus 300. Note that. And then the submission prop for Kowalkiewicz is upwards of plus 450.
I can't go knockout with women this small and odds that close, right? I can't go knockout. But I like that you threw that out there. I appreciate that. Hey, fun fight though. I mean,
I'm so hyped for this one.
Cool. Josh Saunders all the way at the top, totally getting us off topic, but I had to grab it. Of course, I could break down that rear naked strangle. When in my last fight, I fought for the HTMMA welterweight title against Nico Jefferson. This was for the #1 ranking in the amateurs. I had to get that submission finish because this dude is a glory kickboxer. He could throw some freaking shots. So when I had his back, he tucked his chin. When people tuck their chin, when you put your hand there, you could actually face crank them to bring their chin up. In wrestling, it's called a crossface. You put your wrist right underneath their nose, and you'll notice there's a hard bone right there. That's like a handle. You could pick that thing up. So I face smashed him to get his chin up. Then I took the primary arm and slid it through, pulled it with a gable grip, and then slid the hand behind. Reason why is because most people, like Hamzat, right? They put their hand on top. You could just grab that hand right off your head. They put it up there, you grab it, you start fighting it, you put the arm over, you're out of the choke. Why would I give them that? Once I gable grip, I slide the other arm in. And Josh, that was actually with my weak arm. I much preferred a rear naked strangle here. Whatever, you got to take what you can get. He tapped, and that was my last fight. I'm like, all right, this shit is way too difficult. I'm eating pizza, I'm smoking pot, and I'm hosting a show with AJ. Fuck this fighting shit. And here we are.
I love the honesty, Mike Finch. Cheers to this, bro. Cheers, my man. Let's go,
man.
champ.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for getting us way off topic. I appreciate it, bro.
Dude, he said, what is it? I'm surprised you didn't fight him on the feet to a point. So I know you have something against those glories.
Hey, man, the path of least resistance, my friend. The path of least resistance. I'm not Michael Chandler, right? Michael Chandler go out there against Justin Gaethje and just bang it out. Mike, you are a great wrestler. What are you doing just slugging it out with these guys? Michael Chandler's on the fucking Aerodyne bike in a wrestling singlet. Where's your wrestling? So I'm not going to do that, brother. I've been training jiu-jitsu since I was a little kid. I've been wrestling since I was a little kid. If I fight somebody, I'm putting them on their back where they cannot develop dangerous kinetic energy. Any drunk idiot can punch somebody in the face and knock them out. But if I put that person on their back, now they're vulnerable. Now I'm going to punch them in the face. This is much preferred.
You're going Makachev style.
I'm Makacheving people,
Makachev.
Bro.
Mike Makachev,
Islam
baby.
goes out there and he looks clean and go to the after party, bro.
Yeah,
Look at David Diaz, bro. He's like Frankenstein, bro. And I love David Diaz, but damn, that's not my style, brother.
Dude, that's a dangerous style, bro. That's a dangerous style, but damn, it's entertaining. Holy fuck.
Come on, man. We got to beat these guys.
Dude, we got to hit up David. David Diaz is a good man, bro. I like David a lot.
Oh, big shout out to David Diaz. I'm just saying that's the wildest wild man I've ever seen.
Yes.
If you guys haven't seen him fight, check it out. This guy is just biting down in his mouthpiece and throwing huge shots, and it is awesome.
Yes, guys, BKFC. Stay tuned. Don't miss it. Let's keep running up the card, man. Next matchup is Ottman Azaitar and Matt Frevola. Azaitar's been out for a while, and you remember he had that issue on Fight Island where he like snuck out of his hotel room to get a bag. Supposedly he's been tested like 26 times by USADA in like the past.
Wow.
I think it was might have been 6 months or a year. I forget. But I know he's been getting drug tested a fuckload. He's fighting Matt Frevola, who was badly knocked out against Terrence McKinney, but you can't say he's not a dangerous fighter. He definitely has some grappling. He's a Tampa guy, bro. He actually fights out of Gracie, Tampa South. So local savage for me. I can't pick him. I'm going Ottman Azaitar by KO, man. He's undefeated, real knockout power. Frevola sometimes engages in those brawls. I think Azaitar is clean with it, and I think he could find the chin with, I think, a tighter hook, whereas I'm seeing Frevola, he has a little more fat on his shots, a little bit wider with his punches, and I like the tight hooks, man. I'm going Azaitar knockout.
Bro, I wish I could just screen share right now. You literally read my breakdown. That's exactly it. Ottman Azaitar has a big right hand. He throws hooks, which are very fast and dangerous. But Matt Frevola does the same thing, but it's slower, right? It takes longer to get to target. I like how you said that. There's fat in that technique. So when he misses one of those big hooks, I think he's getting slept. He likes to miss that big lead hook. He overextends on it and turns over. I could see Azaitar coming right over the top, overhand right, knockout. Let's go round 1 with it.
I think round 1, 2, like I think it's live all the way through, but round 1 and 2, we're going to Azaitar by knockout. And bro, let me tell you, the odds aren't crazy. It's minus 140 for Ottman Azaitar. Frevola sitting at plus 125. Dude, Ottman Azaitar is close money, and I think he's got a real edge. And I think the KO prop might be something that I'm sniping. Plus 150 KO. I think it's worth a stab here, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. Wow. Those odds are way too close. Ottman Azaitar is twice as fast. He's sleeping for Vola, bro. I'm confident with it. This is not financial advice. Anytime I'm crazy confident on picks, I don't want you guys freaking showing up at my house. Finch, you owe me $20. No, don't you dare. I'm just telling you that this is one of the more confident picks on the card. Azaitar, KO.
Azaitar, clean shot, KO. I think he's beating
hand.
Frevola, and it's going to be a sick knockout. I can't wait for this fight. Next one. This one's weird, bro. Andre Petroski and Wellington Turman. Let me tell you what's weird about it for me is the fact where I'm looking at Petroski, a guy who is developing his stand-up, but I think, is a little more of like a power brawler striker, kind of relying a little bit on the athleticism over like pure technique, but he's got real good wrestling, and I think he's pretty legit with his submissions. Wellington Turman, I don't see him as a powerful striker. I think he's even a little hesitant at times, but he's, developing the stand-up game. He's a young dude. Has really good jiu-jitsu, doesn't have that same wrestling base. When I sat on this one, I was like, man, can I sell myself on Turman? I think I'm still riding with the Petroski side, but I don't know. I'm not loving the betting side of it, though, at all. I could see Petroski taking him down and just kind of control him from the top. And then I also could see Petroski getting his back taken near the cage and getting strangled. So I'm picking Petroski. I do think he's dangerous and he's got a physical strength edge. And if I had to match up their striking, I'll say Petroski has more chance for a knockout. I think it's more likely Petroski would knock him out as opposed to the contrary. So I'm going to pick Petroski, but I'm not jumping at the bit to go bet this one. What do you think, Finch?
I think I'm more confident in Petroski than that, man. I was really impressed the way he just smushed and strangled Nick Maximov, man. I was really impressed the way he did that. I believe it was Anaconda choke, and then he hit another one in a grappling tournament recently. Dude, he's dangerous from that front headlock. I think he has a slight striking advantage here, although his striking is not the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's so physically strong, so imposing. And the wrestling, he's a much better wrestler than Turman. Turman's jiu-jitsu is nice, AJ, for sure, but I think the mixture of the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu is just going to be way too much for Petroski. Petroski ends up on top in this fight, can dominate to a decision. I could even see him, getting that takedown as Turman builds back up, hitting one of those anacondas again, bro. He's nasty with it. I like Petroski, man. I got to say I'm a fan, and I got to pick him, brother. I got to pick him here. Petroski all day. I'm going decision, but I would not be surprised if he slapped on a submission. And I know you're about to hit me with that submission prop.
Of course, bro. Of course, I got the sub prop for you. Let me bring it up right here. I'll bring it up before the money line odds. Sub prop for Petroski is sitting at plus 450, Mike Finch. What do you think about that?
Wow. So way wider than Sylvia Juárez Gomez getting a knockout. It's wider to say Petroski submission. You're making me think about taking a little $10 risk here, bro. I like it, dude. I did $130 on Jake Paul KO against Anderson. I'm not fucking up like that again. If it's one of these prop bets, you guys got to take it easy. Learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. Bet light on these. That's wide for submission, dude. He's a very good submission artist. I know Turman is too. But as you start exchanging back and forth submission attempts and whatnot, it actually increases the likelihood of a submission happening. I think Petroski could slap one on, dude. His front headlock game, I'm telling you, that anaconda, it's hard to stop, bro. It's very hard to stop, and it's very frequent position in MMA. I got to go Petroski. I don't know if it's decision or submission. Let's say my official pick is decision to money line it because the odds are close, right?
Yeah, no, the odds are kind of wide, actually, bro. They're sitting at minus 200 for Petroski, plus 160 Turman. I mean, it's not like unplayable.
Right.
Petroski's a strong favorite. And I wrote down club and sub. I was thinking there's a chance Petroski dings him up with one of those wide overhands and then chokes him out, bro. I'm with you, though. I'm on submission. So, honestly, me and Mike Finch both picking sub here. I think if you guys are looking for a prop, maybe write that thing down and go like Mike Finch said, though. You don't need to throw 150 on it, but maybe throw 15, like a little something light. And if Petroski gets that sub, you get a little extra money to play with next week, or maybe you cover the fucking pay-per-view for yourself, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's probably the best way,
bro. Get some chicken wings ordered to the house, bro. DoorDash that shit.
DoorDash it.
Yeah, 100%. I like Petroski in this one, brother.
Let's go, brother. We're on the same side again. Next fight, though. Erin Blanchfield and Molly McCann. Molly Meatballs. Mike, I'm picking Molly McCann.
Woo! Let's go, AJ. Okay. The odds are fucking wide.
The odds are crazy. They're acting like Blanchfield's like the next female from the female from Dagestan. They're crazy wide, bro. I'm looking at her fight at the Miranda Maverick one. I'm like, okay, she kind of like ragdolled Maverick a bit, but dude, Miranda Maverick's a good athlete, but I don't feel like she's all that technical at this point. I still see her as like a real developing girl. And then what was the most recent one, man? I think it was JJ Aldridge. Yeah, that was the last one. And I'm not loving what I'm seeing on the feet. Yes, when Blanchfield gets on top, she does good work. You look at her fight against Sarah Alpar, who's a good wrestler. She didn't look like amazing there. And I mean, she fought Tracy Cortez and had a close decision some years back. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, Molly Meatballs, experienced vet, deep stance, power in her hands, dangerous as fuck with her elbows.
On fire.
She's on fire too. Can she stop the takedown? I could see her getting taken down. I can see her getting back up. Bro, I'm going Molly McCann by knockout.
Woo! But 300? I mean, how wide is this?
Dude, the line, money line, just on Molly McCann, in my opinion, is disrespectful. It's plus 320, bro.
Damn.
Come on. That's
You're
crazy.
The Barstool Sports woman. I mean, come on. The female Patty Pimblett. Holy shit, dude. Wow. You really put me in a tough spot here because I was about to preview that I do slightly lean Blanchfield because she's a much better grappler. AJ Blanchfield out-grappled Miranda Maverick, bro. And I'm supposed to think that she's going to have trouble out-grappling Molly McCann. The thing is, though, Molly McCann is a full-grown woman. How old is Blanchfield? She looks 12 years old.
I think she's 24, bro. Let me see. I got it right here.
24.
23, and then McCann's 32. And she's stocky, bro. She's stocky.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McCann might take her to school, smack her around a little bit on the feet. Blanchfield's like a college student, bro. She's not very old. So, yeah, I gotta think that the odds are wrong on this one, and because the odds are so wrong, I don't fault anybody for going Molly Meatball. I think if me and AJ both go Molly Meatball, some people might unsubscribe. So I'm gonna have to go with Blanchfield, and I do think she gets a decision, but no fucking way I'm betting on Blanchfield with these odds. If anything, I'd throw Molly McCann in a little parlay. I'll say like this. It's like maybe 60-40. I think that there's a 60% chance that Blanchfield out grapples her, uses her superior wrestling. That's what she should do. But she's fighting a Molly Meatball who is on fire. Meatballs fresh out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's ready to go. It's got the seasoning on it. She already got 2 spinning back fist KOs. She's going to look for a fucking third one. Dude, Molly Meatball is much more dangerous on the feet, obviously, than Blanchfield. And Blanchfield's a little delusional. She talks about doing commentary. Erin, I have never heard a more boring, monotone person speak in my life than Erin Blanchfield. She wants to do commentary. I'm like, what, it's like I'm bad at math. Should I try to go be a fucking physicist? I don't know. I just feel like she's a kid. She's a kid, and she hasn't been hit with the real world yet. And a spinning back fist from Molly fucking Meatball will definitely show her some reality. So I'd say 60-40 Erin Blanchfield. If you're gonna bet, you gotta go with the Meatball. And why not knockout? Because what is she gonna win, a decision? I think that's less likely than knockout. The knockout prop's probably bananas.
It's sitting at plus 650.
I'll go Molly plus 650 with a little $5 sprinkle, right? So, the if there were no odds, which I always try to do my breakdowns from there, I think the superior grappling of Blanchfield is going to come through. Because these odds makers disrespected Meatball, we got to consider betting Meatball.
Yeah, I think the money is on Meatball, even if you're picking that Blanchfield side, which I understand why people would. Molly McCann is a huge underdog here. The KO prop is there. The straight money line attack is there. I'm just not sold on Blanchfield yet. I didn't look at her performances and think like, wow. I guess the Miranda Maverick one I was really impressed by, but against Aldrich, I wasn't as impressed. Against Alpar, I wasn't really as impressed. I'm picking Molly McCann to pull this upset off. We're riding with it. I'll say she does it by KO. The money line attack is a damn good one. These ladies are about to get after it, dude.
Fuck yeah, man. Wow. The odds makers really not feeling Molly Meatball, bro.
No.
She just got 2 first-round knockouts, right?
They don't care.
They don't give a shit, huh?
They don't care.
They're going to pick this kid who lost to Tracy Cortez.
They picked her. They said she's the one. She's the next fucking EV, I guess. Blanchfield off. I guess we'll put an OV. Blanchfield off.
Hey, AJ, I didn't even want to go here, but there are no women, okay, training with Team Dagestan. You notice that?
Yeah, I mentioned this on the live stream, bro.
If you look in the United States, right? Obviously there are women in the co-main event, but Ioane and Jacek training with Poirier. I mean, you can go all through this card and you'll find women training with them. It would be really nice to see, right? The Team Dagestan like train with women. That would be awesome. I haven't seen that yet, and there probably are reasons for that.
They will not. They will not.
And I don't respect those reasons. You know,
I respect.
I guess the modern definition, like if you like Google a feminist, it's to believe that women are equal to men as far as rights go, like socially and what. Okay, I guess I'm a feminist, right? Now people are gonna start hating, but I'm not with any of the crazy dogma. I'm definitely not. But it's like I have 2 little sisters. I want them to be able to do whatever they want. Right. You know, they don't have to stay in the kitchen like Khabib said or whatever. So yeah, there's we went there because you brought up the Dagestan reference. You know, I would like to see them culturally come forward and actually let Erin Blanchfield train with them. That would be cool.
No, I would, but no, like I remember Khabib, like he said, he doesn't think women should be in MMA. They don't like the ring card girls. There are some hard, I guess, bro, it's the word conservative, even the word radical, like conservative, like real fucking like tight to one side, bro. Like you can't, it's a cultural thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it might be generations before, because the mentality they have, to me, that's something that maybe you saw in the early 1900s elsewhere, maybe even prior. Right. It's going to take it might take Dagestan 100 years before they're having female wrestling. Cause I don't think it's a thing. Like they said, bro, I don't think it's that they don't support women. It's they don't view men and women in the same light as people from other parts of the world, man. They have their hard opinions. And also, I guess it might be tied into like, like cultural beliefs. I think it could even be tied into the, religion that they have. So that's what they believe wholeheartedly. I think it's like, it's very difficult to take someone away from that. And, they're,
religion is the motherlode of bad ideas, right? I'm not saying any specific religion, just religions in general. If you go back in history and look at what the Catholic Church has done, you don't even have to go in really history, right? There's been a lot of weird shit in modern days, but it's the motherlode of bad ideas. So West Coast saying respect people's religion, stop it. That's his choice. He's talking about Team Dagestan not wanting women on the team. Yes, it is their choice. They are individuals. We are Westerners, so we believe in the individual liberty to train with whoever you want. If you don't want to train with women, that's perfectly fine. I am saying that what is like morally right is to treat women as equals to men. And if you don't believe that, then we don't think from the same place, right? I don't know if you guys have sisters or whatever, but I would much prefer to live in a world where the same opportunities are offered to everyone. If you guys are Jordan Peterson fans, as I'm a little bit, Jordan's he's a Jesus smuggler, as Sam Harris said. He's a little religious. I'm not, if you could tell. But Jordan says something really well. Everybody wants equal opportunity, not equal outcome, right? So that's where we miss each other. The outcomes don't have to be the same, right? If if like my wife works with a bunch of engineers, it's 90% men. Men like things, women like people. This is what Jordan Peterson talks about with psychology. That's fine, but equal opportunity. You should allow a woman to come into the gym to train. That's what I think. I'm not scared to say that.
Yeah, I like it, Mike Finch. I respect it. And shout out to Kevin Albasri in the chat saying, International Master of Sport, Erin Blanchfield of him.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. International Master of Sport. Every time I talk to Kevin or to Wab, we talk through a card. Somebody on the card is an International Master of Sport at wrestling. And all of a sudden that person is like, it's like very elevated status for them. It's like they're an Olympic gold medalist or some shit. They love that International Master of Sport. So inside joke. Thank you, Kevin.
Let's go. Let's keep running up the card. Next fight on it, the comeback of Dominick Reyes.
Woo!
He fights Ryan Spann, dude.
Good fight. Who fucking knows, man? Who knows what's going to go down here?
I know what's going to go down. I know what's going to go down, Mike Finch. Dominick Reyes is coming back remotivated, but let's also look at this. I think he's getting too bad of a rap for performances against savages. He nearly beats John Jones. He then fights the honestly on fire Jan Blachowicz. And you know what? Blachowicz style of kickboxing really fucked him up. And I think Reyes, I'm not making excuses for him. He was also a little bit flat that fight. He fought Yuri Prohashka after that. He was able to hurt Prohashka. Ultimately, he got brutally knocked out with the elbow, one of the best knockouts, period. And he took a lot of damage. He's taken a long layoff. He switches teams. And now you're putting him around champion level guys. Pereira, title challenger this Saturday, training partner. Glover Teixeira, title challenger and former champion, coming up next month on the next pay-per-view on UFC 282. I look at Ryan Spann. He's a scrappy guy, but let's be real, man. He's been chinned, put down, choked out, broken before. Dominick Reyes, for me, I really think still has the goods to be top 7, top 8. I see Ryan Spann more top 15 calories, kind of freakishly athletic. He's really long. I think Dominick Reyes ground and pound TKO. I think he hurts him on the feet. Southpaw too. He's pretty damn quick. And then he puts him down, ground and pound, bro. I think Dominick Reyes comes back and he looks good. This is a matchup that I think favors him. I'm not saying he's going to be fighting for the belt anytime soon, but I see him beating Superman Spann.
I got to go with Superman Spann. I'm not sure about that chin of Dominick Reyes. I don't know what he's going to look like. I think Spann's been on fire, dude. I was really impressed with Spann and what he did against Extreme Couture's
Cutelaba.
Thank you so much. Cutelaba. Dude, Superman Spann's a problem in that cage. It's a fun fight, man. It's one I got to stay away from because I see what you're saying. I could see it going that way, but Superman Spann is dangerous with his hands, dangerous with his chokes. I can't bet on Dominick Reyes in this fight. Can you?
Personally, Mike Finch, I think I'm going to ride a little something on Reyes. I'm not going to hit him with the hardest bet of the week, but I think I have to trust in a guy that I really see strong skill sets from. And I also will say, I like southpaws. I like the southpaw that has quick hands and the speed's good. And I think, like, I don't know, man. I think there's maybe a little reinvigoration. He's not, I think, at top tier. Like, I don't like Magomed Ankalaev. I'm not saying he's beating that guy. Magomed. Right. I think he's going to get stifled on his way up. But I'm looking at Spann, stylistic matchup. I'm going to take Dominick Reyes to win. The KO TKO for Dom Reyes is sitting at plus 120. So I don't really love the line. I think he's a little bit wide for a guy coming back. But ultimately, I'm going to still pick him, dude. I'm riding Dom Reyes, bro.
Hard for me to bet on him coming off of those back-to-back knockout losses. He was on a run before, before those last 3 losses he had. He was on a nice freaking run. Chris Weidman knockout, Volkan Ozdemir, OSP, Jared Cannonier. These are much better names. If you go over to Ryan Spann, Ian Cutelaba, respect it. But Misha Serkinov, come on. Lost to Johnny Walker, lost to Anthony Smith. So beat Sam Alvey in a split decision. Come on, Ryan Spann. So the quality of opponent is seriously different. But what I'm seeing is one man coming in with momentum, one man coming in with confidence and fire and off of a big win versus the other guy who's going to be second guessing. Can I take a punch? That's not what you want to be guessing against a beast like Ryan Spann. So at the very least, I'll say no bet. Fun fight, dude. Give me Superman with a decision. Fun fight, and I could see it going down. And shout out to the HFC champ. Frickin' Dominick Reyes beat John Jones in that fight. All right. He should have got that gold for a moment there. Shout out to him, man. Good hands. I hope he comes back and looks good, AJ. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm picking him, Mike. I'm riding with the guy. I think he does it. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card. Renato Moicano and Brad Riddell. It's also the featured prelim of the night. This one, for me, I was thinking it's a toss-up. So, Finch, let me hear what you have to say before I give my pick.
I like what Alex Volkanovski said. I wrote down the exact quote if I can find it here. Volkanovski said, it's going to be an easy look that Brad is used to. I think that's very important. Brad just fought some beasts, right? Turner is a fucking hard puzzle to solve going full speed on you. Moicano's going to kind of stand in front of Riddell. He's going to give him a look that he sees in the gym every day. Now, I do think that Moicano is significantly better with the submissions, but can he get Riddell to the canvas? I'm not loving the wrestling, man. And RDA coming in through and piecing him up a little bit. I do think city kickboxing with Riddell, he's going to be a freaking problem for him, man. I think Riddell bounces back in this fight. I do believe it's dog money.
Yeah, it's ever so slight dog money on Brad Riddell. He is sitting at
give me slight dog money on Riddell decision.
I like Brad Riddell to win too. Method of victory, I guess I'm going to have to I'm going to have to double down on decision, bro. Yeah, I'm with you on decision too. I don't know. It's a weird fight. I think Riddell's definitely got the better kickboxing. He's a little more precise, but I don't see him going crazy looking for a finish. If Moicano can get some type of dominant position, I think he could have a lot of success, but I don't think it's easy to get there. Moicano's just not a guy I'm all that high on either necessarily. Like he's going to beat the guys he should beat. But when it gets to that next level, I think he struggles with Riddell. I don't know. I'm not saying we don't know yet. I guess people can say, dude, he got destroyed by Jalen Turner, and then he got, spinning wheel kick against Faziev, stopped him. But he should beat a Moicano here, I think. So I'm going to ride with you. Brad Riddell side, I think Moneyline at slight plus would be the best attack there. I think you can do it. Good featured prelim right here, man.
Super fun fight, man. It's a big moment for Riddell. He needs to bounce back here. He had 2 really bad fights in his last 2. So let's see if he could do it. I think Moicano is an interesting one for him. Again, I think the lack of, there's going to be nothing that Riddell hasn't seen. You've ever heard fighters say that, right? They love to say, hey, this guy's got nothing I haven't seen before. Here's a good example, man. He sees this in the gym every day. If Riddell can't beat Moicano, I'll be pretty surprised.
Let's go. Me and Mike Finch both riding the dog side of Brad Riddell. Maybe something to touch. Let's go, Mike Finch. Next, we are going to jump to the main card. UFC 281 main card. If you guys haven't yet, smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. First one on this 281 main card, pay-per-view action. It's Dan Hooker, Claudio Puelles. Dan Hooker needs this one, Mike Finch.
No
he
question.
needs it bad. Claudio Puelles, I guess I'm going to use the word, a little bit of a weird fighter. He's still taking these guys down, but his wrestling is not super technical. I remember Cormier quoting like something along the lines of saying like it's one of the weirdest shots or worst shots he's seen, but it's still working against some of these back-end guys. The fight against Chris Grutzmacher, he was kind of controlled a little bit at times from the top position. Obviously was able to win the fight. Dan Hooker on the other side, dangerous striker. Normally pretty good takedown defense. Went to war with Dustin Poirier. Claudio Puelles he's okay. He's got pretty good kicks, I would say, with the striking, but nothing's like jumping out to me like wow on the feet. I think Dan Hooker can touch him up, and I think he's due for a knockout. He's good at beating jiu-jitsu guys. You see him knocking out Jim Miller, good jiu-jitsu practitioner, knocking out Gilbert Burns. I think knee knockout Dan Hooker, bro. That's what I'm riding with. Mystic Mac call.
Our $20 sponsor today, Kevin Elbasser. I was just telling him today, I rewatched Dan Hooker versus Gilbert Burns. I want to see this Dan Hooker back. I want to see him back because he's had tough fights, man. Who does beat Islam Makhachev? Who does beat Arnold Allen? Nobody, brother. So, he saw what the top looks like. It doesn't look like the level he's on. We all learned that, but we all kind of knew that, right? We all kind of knew that. So, This is the type of fight he needs. He's a significantly better striker. If he can't defend Puelles' takedowns, that's a big problem, right? Now, on the mat, it's just as big of a mismatch. If he wants to play around on the ground, he is going to get his leg wrapped up. He's going to get his arm wrapped up. He's going to get his neck wrapped up. He needs to get back to striking. But again, AJ, I like that this fight is in the big cage in New York. This will be good. He needs range to move around. He doesn't want to stand close to him. I think at range, he's going to use his limbs well. Big left hook as usual. Nice kicks and knees. The knees of Dan Hooker, man. I mean, you could ask Ross Pearson. It's a problem. And man, I hope he does bounce back. I am genuinely rooting for Dan Hangman Hooker. With that being said, as far as betting on this fight goes, I don't love it. I saw somebody in the chat who was just saying that their lock is Puelles. I saw that. It's probably gone right now, huh?
Right here.
For a little bit. There it is. Most confident pick, Philip. Philip, can you defend that for us? How the fuck is he supposed to strike with City Kickboxing's Dan Hooker, who I've seen outstrike Israel Adesanya in hard sparring at Tiger Muay Thai? I mean, Dan Hangman Hooker is a problem on the feet. Just because Michael Chandler's knocking him out, this is not that level, brother. This is not that level. Why would he be able to strike with him? He's going to take him down. That's what I'm interested in, right? That's the reason why I'm not betting on this fight. But shout out to Hangman. I hope we get a nice left hook to a knee and we get him back on track, AJ. Clearly, that's what this matchup is intended to do.
I think it's gonna. I think it's a good chance, man. Puelles, he'd be considered a good prospect. You look back a couple fights. He fought Jordan Levitt. He's beaten him on a close decision. Nothing stands out to me as like, wow. I mean, yeah, he's decent at grabbing a hold of heel hooks and legs, but I don't think Dan Hooker falls into that trap. I'm going Dan Hooker. I'm there with you. And I do understand, though, hesitancy of the betting side. I am even thinking the same because it's like, Dan Hooker, he's coming off losses. We got to see what he can do out in this matchup. I think he shines here. Minus 145 Hooker, Puelles plus 140. As far as the prop, I will bring up the KO prop, Hooker plus 250. Listen, I think he's due for a knockout win. It's been a long fucking time since he's get that KO. Interesting, though. Good note right here by Boof on the Beat. Puelles is on the Spanish broadcasting team. Who do you think the UFC is pushing?
All right. Paul Felder is on the English broadcast team. Right. They threw him in there for cannon fodder before. Come on, man. They don't give a shit who's doing commentary. What are you talking about? They wouldn't have put Daniel Cormier in fresh off of back surgery to go fight Stipe Miocic if they cared about who was on the commentary team. They don't give a shit. They wouldn't have put Dominick Cruz in there against the prime Chito Vera to get knocked out if they cared who was on the commentary team. How many other commentators do you need me to shit on? I don't think they care at all. I think what they want to see is the big name Dan Hooker bounce back, right? I do think it makes more sense monetarily for them. What are they going to do? Push Puelles? I don't think he's ready for that push, bro. We're about to find out. I don't think he could kickbox with Dan Hooker. I got Dan Hooker taking this on the cards. Although that knockout's interesting, that knockout prop, though, not nearly wide enough for a knockout prop. No way. I'm going Dan Hooker money line, if anything. But guys, there are better bets on this card. Let's make sure Dan Hooker comes back in one piece, man. Who knows where his head's at after those vicious losses? I will say this. People talking about Islam Makhachev submitted him right away. Why wouldn't Puelles? Totally different styles of grappling. Totally different.
Come on. It's really,
gets a hold of you, and you can already plan on being on the ground. This kid gets a hold of you, and I do think Dan Hooker's the bigger, stronger man.
Yeah, agreed, dude. I think Dan Hooker, he bounces back on this one. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, Frankie, the answer, Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. We got to give it to Frankie. Listen, this is it. This is it. The final go for Frankie Edgar. And he's fighting a guy with dangerous kickboxing who really destroys legs well.
Yeah, man. Calves, dude. He eats calves up, bro.
It's like I'm picking Gutierrez, man. But I do understand people that would want to bet a Frankie Edgar side, especially at dog money, especially the fact that I think Gutierrez could be taken down by Frankie Edgar. He could be held down even. So if you're me, my side of this one, the pick is Gutierrez. If I'm considering betting, I think I'd just rather lightly touch the Frankie Edgar dog side. Ultimately, I don't know if it's the best bet of the week there because you're relying on a 41-year-old Frankie. But if you look at that Chito Vera fight, bro, he had some moments with the boxing where he touched Chito. He landed takedowns, and ultimately he gets kicked in the face and devastatingly slept. Can Gutierrez knock him out too? I'm thinking a high kick knockout's possible, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe when you stay off, maybe when you dog attack, the pick is Chris Gutierrez, though. And I think he does send Frankie back. And I'm also thinking one issue that really lies with guys that are calling it the retirement fight is when the going gets fucking extremely tough. How much are they willing to give? I'll say this. If there's anybody who would give it all they have, it's Frankie Edgar, because he's one of the toughest fighters to ever fucking live.
Some of the best mixed martial arts fights in UFC history. Frankie Edgar versus Gray Maynard, where Gray Maynard legitimately like flash KO'd him 2 or 3 times in that fight, and Frankie goes on to win the freaking title. Frankie Edgar has heart for days. My old coach, Pat Curran, used to tell me that when he went to go train with Frankie Edgar would do 45 minutes of ring work.
Holy shit.
45 minutes of ring work. The dude would just be in that ring, bouncing, moving, and you could see it in his style, right?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw him with that crazy head movement. It was like Boraicho in Mortal Kombat, where he's constantly moving his head. He's like drunk. Dude, he was the man in the lightweight division, the smallest lightweight, and able to out wrestle much bigger, much stronger people consistently. Now he's 41 years old. Now he's like 2-4, 2-5 in his last few fights.
Yeah.
Now is the time for Gutierrez. I think you put your finger on it with the kicks, man. Gutierrez is going to be kicking his calf a lot. It's really hard to catch a calf kick, guys. When somebody throws a roundhouse kick to your leg, okay, we referenced my last fight, so I'll shamelessly do it here. When Nico Jefferson kicked my leg in that fight, I was like, oh, please kick it one more time so I can catch it, right? Sure enough, I left it out there, right? Put a little target on it for him. I let him throw that kick again so that I can catch it, and while he's throwing his leg, his hips belong to me now. Now I get to drive forward and get this takedown, which I did to strangle him. That's the same way Frankie Edgar could try to do it if they're high, if they're to the body, if they're to the leg. The problem with Gutierrez is he's smart. He goes calf, so you can't catch the damn thing. You start reaching down to your calf to catch a kick, all of a sudden you're getting kicked upside your nose, right? So Frankie Edgar is going to have a lot of trouble with the speed, a lot of trouble getting this thing going. Frankie Edgar's best bet is to wrestle in this fight. If he wrestles for 3 rounds, it's possible. As far as a bet goes, I can't place a bet on 41-year-old Frankie Edgar over Gutierrez. Gutierrez is on a roll. Gutierrez is in his prime. He could get this thing by knockout, man. I'll guess he does it with his legs.
I like that, dude. No, I think the kicks are so dangerous. Frankie's been put out by legs recently. He's 41. We're both on Gutierrez to get the win. The odds for the fight, Frankie Edgar right now, he is at that plus money. He's sitting at plus, wow, he's actually upwards of plus 200 now. Chris Gutierrez around minus 220. I mean, the lines do make sense being, I
think that's legit.
It's going to be a tough go. It's a very hard, like, uphill battle for Frankie. Gutierrez KO plus 225. I don't know. The betting side, like, I don't know. I feel some weird itch to maybe touch just a light Frankie Edgar play. I talked about him as a dog on this week's Best MMA Bets simply because the wrestling factor. But I agree with you saying, bro. Those fucking calf kicks are not easy to be caught. He's chopping, bah, bah, bah. Frankie might get fucking TKO'd by low kicks, or he's going to be thinking so much low, come high. This might be one of the highlight reel knockouts of all time, maybe. Like, Chris Gutierrez, he's got the ability.
Yeah, if I'm in Gutierrez's corner, that's what I'm telling him, right? Chop at that calf, keep this thing at distance. You got a lot of room to move around in that big cage. Make sure you're moving left, moving right. Don't let this guy line you up on the fence. Frankie Edgar would like to get this thing boxing a little bit so that he can change levels for the takedown. Boxing range, a lot better for Frankie. He's going to have trouble getting to boxing range in this fight. I'll go Gutierrez knockout, dude.
Let's go. Mike Finch and I both on the side of Chris Gutierrez. Next one brings us to fucking barn burner. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Dude, I can't wait.
Let's go.
I think this is the dog fight of dog fights. Michael Chandler at the press conference, he kind of said, I'm thinking of mixing and wrestling a bit. Literally not 3 minutes later, he's like, listen, it's just how I fight. The crowd goes wild. And I just fucking, I'm like, you ain't mixing, you ain't wrestling. You might go for a slam, but he's not going to fucking turn into, John Fitch and just control Dustin Poirier. He's a brawler. It's going to be a barn burner. Does Chandler have the power to knock out Dustin Poirier? I mean, yeah, I think he does. But I think Dustin Poirier has the precision, accuracy, and boxing combinations to consistently hurt Michael Chandler. I think Chandler, he's got the one shot. But I think Dustin Poirier has more tools as far as the stand-up goes. And I think Dustin Poirier is going to show Michael Chandler their level. And I think Poirier's going to win the fight, dude. I'm going Poirier by KO, 3rd round.
This is a fight between a looping puncher versus a straight puncher. Dustin Poirier has a nice jab, double jab. He's got a nice cross. You saw the way he was able to outbox Max Holloway, who Max Holloway claims he's the best boxer in the UFC. He's the best boxer. Remember Calvin Kattar fight? So Dustin Poirier's hands are pretty good. Dustin Poirier has a problem being hit. Look on the other side. Michael Chandler's head is a freaking punching bag, bro. Justin Gaethje boxed his face off, dude. I could not believe the way he was getting smacked up by Justin Gaethje. I did pick Justin Gaethje in that fight, but that was wider than I expected, dude. I think Michael Chandler is going to have some trouble throwing his looping shots in this fight. On the feet, this thing's got to favor Poirier. We're talking about the wrestling that's interesting, right? I saw Michael Chandler on the Aerodyne bike wearing his wrestling singlet. Yes, Mike! Yes, change levels, bro. But AJ, if he's not changing levels to shoot on Justin Gaethje, who has some of the worst jiu-jitsu in the lightweight division, I cannot imagine that he's going to be shooting his ass off on Dustin Poirier, who's a legit jiu-jitsu black belt, who really does have a nice guillotine.
He had Khabib in a very tight fucking squeeze. That was the closest anybody's gotten.
You got it. Yeah, Khabib almost had to bail to his back there. Didn't have to, so that shows you it wasn't like about to end the fight. But you're right, man. That was one of the closer times we've seen Khabib like in actual trouble, is when Poirier wrapped that neck up. I could see him, trying to threaten Michael Chandler with chokes and whatnot. The issue with Chandler is, dude, he's explosive, man. And did you see his recent pictures, bro? He looks like a freaking action figure. He is more jacked than I have ever seen him, AJ.
Yes.
Stylistically, I have to think we get the same old Michael Chandler. Stylistically, I think Michael Chandler is going to throw left hooks and right hooks that are coming from his grandma's house, and it's going to be tough to get there against Poirier, who keeps his hands up, keeps his chin tucked, throws straight punches. When I got a straight puncher versus a looping puncher, when I got a guy who's coming over 2 W's over Conor McGregor in big, stressful fights, who's now not even the co-main event, he doesn't have quite as much on it in this fight. I think he's going to be comfortable boxing with Chandler. I got to think Dustin Poirier lets his hands go and gets this one done. I'll take a decision in a damn good fight, man. And shout out to Michael Chandler. Always fun to watch. Fuck yeah, this is going to be exciting.
The odds for this fight, Dustin Poirier at -220, Michael Chandler at +170. Finch, you're liking the decision side. I'll read out the knockout prop at +165. Poirier, Chandler decision sitting around, not Chandler decision, Poirier decision sitting around +300. I do think it's going to be a scrap. One thing that worries me with that Michael Chandler chin is that fucking Ferguson fight. That was like a light straight, and his legs gave out from under him. If Dustin Poirier can get a few shots together, I can see him finishing Michael Chandler off. So I'm going to go Poirier on the KO side. I think he sleeps him. This fight could be fight of the year. This is the fight on the card that you definitely don't want to miss. Like this one right here is even like the fucking outside of the main event. That's the selling point for this pay-per-view. Listen, buy the event. You're going to love it. This fucking fight's going to be insane. And I believe the winner of this fight most likely seems to be like that's what's next for Islam, because I don't think they're doing the Volkanovski thing. I think they're changing their mind on that. They walked that one back. They said, oh, no, Volk, you're too small for him. And I think it's because the UFC is concerned about like almost like a illegitimate, like what is the word? Illegitimization, some shit. It's like making the featherweight division look worse if their champion gets manhandled and then goes back down and keeps dominating. So I guess I kind of understand why they want to switch that up. And I think Poirier Chandler winner is a fun fight for Makhachev, but everybody's in trouble there.
We want to see fun fights. Come on. Let them fight. Come on. Where is this short guy? Where is this short guy? Come in here. He's out there in the crowd. He's like asking security. He's like, may I go up there? Volk! Yes, you can go up there. The guy who just won the world title is calling you out on the microphone. He's asking the security, am I allowed? Where is this short guy? Get the fuck up. You remember Brock Lesnar bursting into the cage against Daniel Cormier? You think Brock was going to let some, 5'5" security guard stop him? No, I guess that's the problem with Volk. He is 5'5". You know what I'm saying, bro? Brock Lesnar was just going to give him the big shoulders and get up in there. So, Volk, you're too nice, bro. Don't lose your title shot, bro. What are you talking about? With that being said, I think Michael Chandler is actually a pretty fun fight for Islam Makhachev. Dustin Poirier, I mean, trying to box him is fun too. I'm telling you, bro, my favorite fight now, the fight I need to see, the fight that people are going to keep sleeping on. I think Beneil Dariush gives Islam Makhachev a run for his money, AJ. Beneil Dariush looks so good against Gamrot. If he can keep scrambling after a takedown like that, get back up on his feet, keep putting pressure on Islam, get this thing into the third, the fourth, the fifth round. Bro, it could be a fun fight. I want to see Beneil Dariush get his title shot. He deserves it. I understand the pay-per-view numbers aren't insane, and that's why we're not there yet. AJ, I got to go with the better fight IQ. That's got to be Dustin Poirier here.
Yeah, agreed, bro. We're both on Dustin Poirier, guys. He's a little bit over a 2-1 favorite. It's going to be a dog fight. I cannot wait for it. Next one, co-main event. The ladies going after it here. It's Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Title on the line. Esparza just won it in probably the worst title fight I've ever seen against Rose Namajunas. And you can't fully blame Esparza. It takes two to tango. Rose wasn't trying to engage in that fight at all. Zhang is coming to murder her. Zhang looks like a straight fucking killer right now. Her hitting of the pads, I'm like watching Esparza, and I'm like, she don't even look like she's in the UFC. You're watching Zhang, it's like, yo, who is this girl? She looks like a straight savage. She's straight out of China, representing that country. I think that she's going to go out there and look like a menace, and I think her physical strength is something not to be doubted. You see her pick up Ngannou? She picked up Francis Ngannou
Yes.
like he was 150 pounds. I think Zhang is going to be
like,
in clear.
Whoa.
Can Carla Esparza pick Francis up like that? I don't know.
That's insane. That's insane. I don't know. Esparza's a wrestler, bro. Yeah, I'll say Esparza does pick Francis
All
up.
right,
AJ.
All right. You're on team
I think
Esparza? Is that
Esparza's
what you're
just
telling me?
as strong as Weili. You think Esparza, the wrestler, isn't as strong as Weili?
I think she's better with the technical wrestling positions, but she's not as physically strong, no. And I think the fast twitch fighter being Zhang, she's got more explosive power too.
Oh, that's for sure.
Even short moves, like getting out of positions and stuff.
Without a doubt, bro. But as far as picking up Francis goes, I think
They
Carlos
both probably can. You know what? I think it's probably easier than it looks to pick up Francis. How about that?
Right? Especially if you're picking somebody up and they kind of like
Jump
hold
a
your
little.
back a little bit, help
Yeah.
pick it. They call it dead weight. It's a lot harder to pick up dead weight. Okay. My wife played Ophelia in Hamlet, and she's got to be like dead, and I'm supposed to pick her up, bro. 130-pound woman is all of a sudden heavy when they're dead weight, but when they kind of hold your back like Francis did, you know. So all right,
Fair.
who gives a shit? You guys want to know what I think about this fight?
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, I think the odds should be 10-1. There is no reason, there is no way that Carla Esparza is better at anything in mixed martial arts than Weili. Weili is better at punching, better at elbows, better at kicks, better at knees. She's way faster, way more explosive. She's going to be way more dynamic in scrambles. She's going to be a better 5-round fighter. She's going to be a better 1-round fighter. She's got more power. She's got, I think, the better experience against the right girls. I know you're going to say Carla Esparza is the OG. What are you talking about, better experience? I'm talking about she's been at the top of this division with 2022 MMA fighters. Carla Esparza is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with, as AJ called it, the fast twitch muscle fibers, right, of the Chinese athlete. I think Weili all day. I think this is the biggest mismatch on this card. I think Weili is by far the better striker in this fight, is going to dominate her on the feet. And then Carla Esparza is going to have to shoot in. Dude, she might get clinched up, get kneed in the stomach, elbowed up a little bit. I think Weili looks fire too. I saw those training videos at the UFC Performance Institute in Las Vegas, and I saw one guy shoots on her. She sprawls. She comes up, throws a couple punches. Another guy comes in and shoots on her. I love the way they drill Weili. It's really cool to see. I've actually taken some of her drills straight from her, training back in China. She's got very interesting drills on like the kick pad and whatnot to get a lot of cardio and explosiveness from your fighter. Weili all day, AJ. I know the odds are kind of wide, right? But I don't even think they truly reflect just how much better Weili is than Carla Esparza. If Carla wins this fight, it has to be some goofy shit like Weili's not engaging enough, or Carla's able to just kind of hold on to her after getting a takedown. AJ, do you think Carla takes her down once? I think it's going to be tough for her, man. I think Weili's smacking this girl up. Weili could put her away.
Yeah, I'm going Weili by KO. I think she's going to destroy her on the feet.
Weili by KO. Weili lock of the century.
Dude, so the odds kind of, I guess they're not at, like you said, 10-1, but they reflect high confidence towards Weili. -400 for Weili. Esparza at +285. it's Weili all day for me. The KO prop for Zhang Weili is sitting at plus 125 also. I think she wins by KO. I think she's definitely a parlay piece. I think she destroys Carla Esparza here. I think, like, you look back to the first Joanna and Jacek fight, the way that Esparza was able to just absolutely the way Esparza got murdered in that fight, really. The way that Joanna was able to, fairly well with defensive abilities, takedown. Rose Namajunas fucking herself in that fight with Esparza, I believe, is a mental thing as opposed to a skill set. Fearing the ground game of Esparza. There is no fear in Weili. It's Weili's time now. She comes in, she beats Carla Esparza. Next in line, Amanda Lemos. Rose Namajunas slowly works her way back, and I think Weili also takes down Rose Namajunas and just writes that one off too. Weili's a fucking monster. She's the girl right now.
I saw somebody in the comments take the back. Take it for Esparza, a summer white right up at the top.
Yeah.
Right above. Do y'all not remember Rose laying on Weili? Aim taking this Esparza play all day. She will wet blanket her. Don't be surprised. Apples and oranges. When you're striking with a striker the level of a Rose Namajunas, you have to be prepared for her to kick you in the face. You have to be prepared for all types of things. That's what allows Rose Namajunas to be a mixed martial artist and take her down. When Weili is out there against Carla Esparza, she only has to be concerned with the takedown. Carla Esparza, I don't think, is capable of knocking Weili out on the feet. She doesn't generate a lot of kinetic energy in her shots. I agree with you, AJ. I watched their countdown show. When Carla Esparza is throwing punches, like her ground and pound, I'm watching her do it. I'm like, I don't want to be disrespectful. It does not look anything like the world-class athlete that Weili is. I think Weili is going to really show us another caliber here. We're looking at different levels of athletes. It's beyond it's beyond like where okay, this person's better at this person's better in that. Weili is A+ level. She's on fucking fire right now. Carla looks stiff, slow, hesitant. It's not going to be good for her on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a date with the fucking Grim Reaper on Saturday. Destruction, Zhang Weili, KO. That's the pick. Me and Mike Finch both on the same side. High confidence. She's going to destroy her here. And I think this is very good for the weight class.
Match of the night.
This is like a needed change, though. I think, like, I hate to really bring a fighter down. I don't think Esparza is a bad person at all.
But a good person.
She's a nice girl. She's a nice person, but ultimately, holy shit, the crowd boos her constantly. She got no support. Even she said, "We're keeping the belts in America." Fuck, boo. They're all rooting Team China out here. Zhang's become a fan favorite, which is crazy because I remember her getting booed in that Rose Namajunas fight, the first one. She's gonna go out there and work Esparza with the crowd on her side too in the States. Weili is bringing that belt to China, 100%.
100%, man. Weili's been in the States training too. She's been at the Performance Institute. She was putting work in with Henry Cejudo before, an Olympic gold medalist wrestler. I think she's ready to wrestle, guys. I do. Yeah, Weili all day. Very confident.
Let's go, bro. Main event of the evening, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash the hell out of the like button. Let's run these likes up. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 11,000 subscribers. So help me get there. Subscribe, baby. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
Let's talk this main event, Mike Finch. And I'm going to give you the mic to, start it off here. And I'm curious, though, if you have a first take on anything. Have you seen the press conference face-offs? You saw the Empire State Building face-offs. Okay, will you agree with this one thing before I give you the mic to break it down? Does Israel Adesanya look less confident than we've seen in the past? It's like he's looking at the man that slept him. You can almost feel like, wow, he knows this is the real fight. And like Pereira's just like fucking stoic, man. He's a straight boogeyman. He looks into your soul. So that's just something I'll note. Mike Finch, tell us about the fist fight, though, because that's just, that's face-offs.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that plays into the breakdown I'm about to give you guys. Look, Israel Adesanya knows how to sell a fight, right? We could dig back into the history of this fight. Even Dana White himself, after Israel Adesanya's last performance against Jared Cannonier, where he put on a tracksuit and, really did not give us a great fight. Not a ton of significant strikes that really wowed the crowd in that one. Dana White said, I guarantee you Israel Adesanya's next fight is going to be nuts. That's what he told us, right? Rough quote, something like that. Israel Adesanya is extremely mobile and hard to track down in that cage. And if you watch their last fight too, it's the same thing. It's hard to get to Izzy. Alex Pereira, let me start with before I break that part down though. Alex Pereira is extremely powerful with the left hook, extremely physically imposing. His physical attributes are so insane. His long reach, his big wide shoulders, it just looks like he's made out of stone. I think in that painting that Israel Adesanya got, he said it looked like an Easter Island head, right? It almost looks like it belongs on fucking Mount Rushmore. I don't know. His head does not look like he's going anywhere when you punch him. So do you really think Israel Adesanya is going to try to knock him out? Not me. Alex Pereira needs a knockout to win this fight. I don't see how Alex Pereira gets this thing done on the cards. Israel Adesanya has more experience with jiu-jitsu, more experience with wrestling, though I think they'll generally kickbox. Izzy is a great round winner. Alex Pereira is a great knockout artist. It's a very different thing right there, right? In order to hit Israel Adesanya, you're going to have to first close the distance, very difficult to do, and second, time him. And Izzy's timing and distance management is some of the best we've ever seen in the sport of mixed martial arts. It'll be very difficult to put that left hook on an Israel Adesanya. What you saw with Sean Strickland is Sean Strickland likes to parry out here. So what Pereira did was gave him something to parry and then came around and threw that left hook. Izzy is a little bit different to where he stands further back. He's much more evasive than a Sean Strickland who comes out there and starts talking shit to you and boxing right in front of you. Totally different style. It's apples and oranges there. I wouldn't think of a similar performance. If Alex Pereira wins, it's knockout. But AJ, Israel Adesanya at the press conference, which yes, I did watch, he said Alex Pereira, should have killed me in Brazil. Now it's my time. I will crush him totally. Or I'll just jab and leg kick him. We'll see. He gave it away right there. Jabs and leg kicks all day. That is how you beat an Alex Pereira. Nope. You just touch him and move. You poke the bear. The bear's going to swipe. You get the hell out of the way. Who is better at doing that than Israel Adesanya? This fight's going to suck. Dana White is wrong. It is not going to be fun to watch. But luckily, Chandler and Poirier will be. Luckily, Wei Lee and Esparza will be. I think that Israel Adesanya jabs and moves. I think he kicks and moves. I think he's going to eat that lead leg up. I think that he even potentially threatens with some clinches just to give him something to think about. I do think Israel Adesanya dominates this fight over 5 rounds with his kickboxing, with his movement, with his MMA experience, stays away from those big shots that Alex Pereira likes to put out there. A fun matchup, guys. I've been saying this. I think Chael Sonnen would beat the shit out of Alex Pereira. Like, there are just some matchups where you got to think we're going backwards in time here. This is a fun one. The matchup between Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya, it's a tough fight for Izzy. He's already knocked him out before in kickboxing. Very different than MMA. That makes this shit fun. Is Alex Pereira gonna, remain undefeated in the UFC? Brother, I think there are plenty of UFC fighters who can out-wrestle Alex Pereira. Izzy isn't one of them. He sticks and moves. AJ, do you think this fight is any better than Jared Cannonier and Izzy? Because unfortunately, brother, just being honest, I think jabs and leg kicks are exactly what he needs to do to win.
Fuck, man. I unfortunately am seeing it the same way. It's going to be Izzy on the fucking bicycle for 25 minutes. Now, Pereira is extremely dangerous if he can find the shot, but how's he going to hit the rangy Izzy? As Izzy's not willing to engage, I think Pereira, he kind of shines most when someone is willing to come through and go head to head. Doesn't happen. I think Pereira right now is extremely dangerous. It's the fight to make, but damn, bro, I think that Israel Adesanya is going to touch him up from the outside, stick and move, stay away from him, avoid the knockout shot, and get the win. I will say this, Alex Pereira, in my opinion, is maybe the scariest looking fighter of all time. Right? Dude, like, he looks into your soul as he stares at you, and there's no emotion. I think that Adesanya wins this one by decision, but if Pereira somehow wins the fight, holy shit, he's going to shake up the fucking world, dude. It's not impossible for it to happen if he can find it, but Izzy's not often hit. I mean, when's the last time he was really taking a lot of shots? I guess the Rob Whittaker rematch, he got touched up a bit, but not a lot. The Kelvin Gastelum fight, that's the only one. And that
he went to war with Kelvin.
And that was him engaging. He's not going to do that now. He's changed his game. Adesanya has become the Floyd Mayweather of MMA. And you know what? I'm not going to knock him for it. The style is fucking effective. He sticks, he moves, he makes you come to him, and he touches you up, outpoints you over the course of 5 rounds, and he's going to do it again here. Israel Adesanya for the win. But if Alex Pereira does somehow win, goddamn, that would be fucking savage. How crazy would that be? Bah, KO, flat out. But I don't think so. I think Adesanya, bro, he's 23-1 in MMA. Alex Pereira is 6-1. Yeah, sure. He beat him in kickboxing some years ago. Adesanya has evolved since then. Yeah. And you know what? He's a freak fucking athlete. He's incredible. And even when you look at them in their kickboxing careers, like Adesanya, he's the more, I think, quick fighter, but also like he's better at combination shots. Pereira's good at like one hard hit. Even when the first kickboxing match, I went back and watched it, Pereira would land one hard one. Adesanya's landing 3-4. Exactly. I think Adesanya landing 3-4 with the small gloves, stinging Pereira, even if he lands 2, bicycle decision, Israel Adesanya. I really hope it's a fun fight, but you're right. It could be shit.
Why do they call it stay on your bike? Because when you stop pedaling a bicycle, you fall over, right? So you stay on your bike. You're constantly moving left to right. Who's better at that right now than Israel Adesanya? Izzy said it himself. He said, I'm like in a point in my career where Anderson Silva was back when he was fighting Damian Maia and Talis Leitis, where they're just kind of point fighting, right? And they're not finding talent to engage him. I do think he'll be engaged by Pereira. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the Izzy that fought these last couple fights here, it's tailor-made to beat a heavier on his feet striker, just like Alex Pereira. Guys, go back and watch Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva. And Bruno Silva was doing perfectly fine kickboxing with Alex Pereira on the feet. I'll tell you what, Israel Adesanya is way harder to hit than Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva got dropped by Gerald Meerschaert. I'm telling you what, Israel Adesanya is like trying to catch a freaking gnat in that cage. It's going to be very difficult to get to him. He'll be flying all around the place, and it's going to be difficult trying to find that bug in there. I do think that that Israel Adesanya wins all 5 rounds in this fight. I got a crazy one for you, AJ. Don't lie to me now. Don't lie to me now. Who wins? Alex Pereira or Islam Makhachev?
Bro, Alex Pereira is going to sleep him.
Islam Makhachev fucking dominates
tall,
him, bro.
He's too small.
Islam Makhachev would 10-8 Alex Pereira.
Sign me up.
10-8.
Bro, I think that Pereira is too big, bro. I think the size is a factor.
I think Pereira is going to be exposed coming up in his UFC career. With that being said, you know, there's a lot of unknowns, right? I'm seeing some people in the comments like, Alex Pereira submission. Damn, I've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? I am assuming that this kickboxer is not up to scratch in these other areas. So with that being said, the MMA fighter, I'll take Israel Adesanya, the guy who's had the experience at the championship levels, 5-round fighter all day. A good guy to bet on, I guess, because the odds are kind of close, right?
2-1, -200 Adesanya, Pereira +170. Dude, I don't love the bet on this main event because
really?
I am just a little
concerned. That dangerous? You think Pereira might knock him out?
I think it's the fact he slept him before, dude. It could be a mental thing.
23-1.
I agree, though. Record-wise, Pereira looks like a novice. Adesanya is elite.
In MMA, he is a novice.
But what about in pure kickboxing, which this fight was going to probably be?
Right.
It kind of closes the gap, right?
Like MMA gloves is a lot different. Lot different. There are all types of ways where I think punching in the boxing gloves is more natural than punching in that MMA glove. It's weird to close your fist in that MMA glove. And I think that it's going to be harder to hit Izzy in those MMA gloves, you know? Yeah, man. I got to say, I think Israel Adesanya really is able to coast through in this fight. Unfortunate for you guys who are buying the pay-per-view. I'm sure you want to see a nice knockout. I don't imagine Israel Adesanya plants his feet once in this fight.
No, I'm with you, bro. I think he even said something in one of his vlogs. Like, he's not this young brawler anymore. He's coming to win and fight smart. And that's what he's going to do. Stick, move, and maybe get it done on the cards. Alex Pereira is still the fucking boogeyman, though, bro.
I should throw it out there. The entire chat thinks that Alex Pereira would sleep Islam. Vegeta, my guy. A shout out, Vegeta. Much love. Alex would sleep and Pereira would sleep. They're all on it, bro. Fair enough.
I never know. I don't even want to know.
A moderate wrestler, a decent wrestler takes Alex Pereira out. Somebody with Islam Makhachev's level it'd be like a knife through butter. I think it would be insanely dominant.
Marvin Vettori, you'd pick him over Pereira?
You know what? I've had the pleasure of watching Marvin Vettori wrestle. I've been seeing him get rounds in over with Jacob Harmon, who is a world-class wrestling coach. Henry Cejudo came in to work with Jacob Harmon. I do think you guys are about to see a new and improved wrestling from Marvin Vettori. Yes, that's totally possible. Is Marvin a wrestler, AJ? No, right? I do think somebody like there are tons of examples to give. My favorite one was Chael Sonnen, because it's a funny one, right? Chael couldn't win the title in 2008.
Now he comes.
I bet he beats Alex Pereira. I really think Alex Pereira is a specialist, not a mixed martial artist yet.
Fair. Dude, I want to see. I want to see what he does with Adesanya, but it's striker versus striker. I think we're going to find out a lot about both guys.
It'll be fun.
Adesanya with the win.
It's a fun fight for Adesanya.
You know,
they signed Pereira knowing they were going to do this. Adesanya's like, I've lapped the division. Here's something fun. Good, man. Good for him. I think Israel's been ready for him for years.
Idea for you, bro. Alex Pereira loses to Adesanya, right? Yuri Prochazka beats Glover Teixeira. Adesanya, Yuri Prochazka is the fight to make in 2023. The super fight. Adesanya gets his second shot up a weight class. That I want to see. I'm in on that. I'm in on that 100%. I'm actually in on it. Even if Pereira somehow starches Adesanya and then Yuri wins, I'd be down to see those two fucking throw down too. And then he tries to avenge his fucking teammate Glover Teixeira as mentor. Ultimately, though, we're both riding Izzy. We're on Team Adesanya for the win. Mike Finch, you ready for the locks, my brother?
Yuri Prochazka, Israel Adesanya is dope because Yuri Prochazka is going to make him fight, man. Yuri Prochazka is a freaking wild man. It's not going to look like that close kickboxing fight we saw with Blachowicz and Adesanya. That's fun, dude. Sign me up. And fuck yes, let's talk some locks.
Fuck yes, let's get into it. Locks of the night. Locks of the night presented to you by MyBookie. Use promo code Moneyline to get yourself that first-time playback bonus when you sign up, and it helps the boys out. So definitely go and support. Mike Finch, what is the lock this week?
You guys know that absolutely the most dominant pick on this card is Weili. There is a few fights I'm as confident in as this one. Weili should absolutely control everywhere this fight takes place. Now you're saying, hey, Mike, wait. The odds aren't close enough on that one. We want something a little more fun. Okay. Why wouldn't Chris Gutierrez beat a 41-year-old Frankie Edgar? If you just moneyline Chris Gutierrez, it's close enough. You might say, Mike, we need a better one. Look, I'm going to have a couple more in the parlays. There are a few bets I like on this card. This card is definitely one for the parlays for me. I got to say, AJ, I have to put it down. I have not been as confident in a fight as Weili versus Esparza in a long time. Weili should dominate. If you're mad about that, give me Gutierrez over Frankie Edgar. I don't see why Frankie Edgar would be out wrestling him at 41. He should out wrestle him at 35. I think he gets knocked out at 41, AJ.
All right, Mike Finch with two options for the lock, a little value side alongside of his lock of the century. The lock for me, we're going with the Diamond Dustin Poirier to beat Michael Chandler. Sure, it's a sweaty lock. It's a scary lock. The line's not crazy wide, but it's about 2-1. I think Dustin Poirier is going to get the TKO in that fight. Michael Chandler cannot avoid a brawl. That's just his nature, and he's getting knocked out here. I'm riding against Michael Chandler. Knock on wood on that one, bro. Holy shit.
He's going to change mid-lock on us. Holy shit.
Never.
I was ready for the Molly meatball lock of the night. Come on, AJ. Stick to your guns,
bro. That's the dog of the week, bro. Dog of the week. Dog action, not lock. Bro, I'm not lying on the lock. I'm going for somebody that I really see getting it done, man. I don't want to just go off value. That's dog of the week money.
City kickboxing sweep this week. How about that?
I like that CKB parlay, so that should just bring us right into the next segment. It's parlay time.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
$100 parlay on the line. Mike Finch, what are you doing for this parlay?
Come on, man. Ottman Azaitar is going to get this knockout, ladies and gentlemen. It was hard not to pick him as the lock, man. I got to throw him in one of them. I think the odds are way too close, man. Ottman Azaitar's got some fast hands. He's going to be a problem. And if you want to make some money on the Wei Li fight, throw her into some parlays, man. It'll sprinkle up your parlay a little bit. So let's go ahead and go with Ottman Azaitar, Wei Li. And listen, there are multiple ones I like here. Dan Hooker you could throw in. Brad Riddell you can throw in. I don't think you have to get too crazy. So let me just put in my lock, AJ. So the official parlay, although I just gave you guys 5 fights I like. Let's go Ottman Azaitar, Chris Gutierrez, Wei Li. I think that's high percentage, man, that hits.
I like it, bro. I'm going to go with Zhang Wei Li in mine. I like Ottman Azaitar too, and I'll add the diamond Dustin Poirier at plus 225. I think you could ride with that one. Obviously, there's a variety of parlays you can do, mix, match it, make it something crazy. I'll read out a Hail Mary, which I read already on this week's Best MMA Bets. It's Zhang, Poirier, Azaitar, Ulberg, Reyes, and Molly Meatballs plus 3,430. Lottery ticket parlay of the week. Get the lotto tickets out, baby. Lottery ticket time. Let's go.
Yeah, you're playing Powerball at that point.
Woo.
Holy shit, bro.
See, Mike Finch.
I think that all the way up until the main event, these fights will be freaking bananas. You kids enjoy it. All right. And I will definitely do the same, man. I'm going to have a lot of fun watching these.
My birthday Saturday, bro.
What's up?
My birthday Saturday, bro. This is my birthday
heard.
card.
Oh, my God. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to AJ. Happy birthday to AJ. Happy birthday, dear MMA expert. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, Mike Finch. I appreciate you, bro. What better gift than fights? What better gift?
Fist fights on your birthday. You're going to be working on your birthday?
Dude, I got family in town too. I'm working all night. It is what it is.
Come on, bro. Look, when I was a kid, when I was like, 10 years old, it was my birthday. My dad's like, you're still mowing the lawn today. You're still doing this. I had to get on that fucking riding mower. Character. Now that I'm an adult, I take off work on my fucking birthday. When it's my birthday, we're partying, okay? So shout out to you working on your birthday. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my man is going to be on live, not for him, for you. Tune in to hang out with AJ on his birthday. It's the least you can do. I'll make sure to drop in the comments as always. Have fun, bet responsibly, and take a drink with AJ. You know he's doing that shoey. And no, Bufo, I saw you trying to make me do that shoey. I'm never doing a motherfucking shoey unless you pull that checkbook out, and it better have some fucking zeros on it, because I'm not drinking no beer out of no shoe. AJ's a savage. Shoey on your birthday, AJ?
Absolutely, bro. I'm gonna do a shoe.
I'll take a shot with you, okay? In a glass,
Listen, I got a goal, man. My goal right here, mindset is this, bro. We gotta ride it. Birthday goal, 11,000 subscribers. I'm guaranteeing we're gonna hit it, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna happen on the live stream. We're gonna hit a milestone. No better gift than that for me, bro. So I absolutely can't wait for UFC 281. Catch me for the full card. I'll be live reactions, live bets. Fucking can't wait, bro. Can't wait. I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
I love it, man. Activate AS. If Carla wins, shoey Mike, how dare you guys keep trying to get me into this damn shoey, okay? How freaking dare you?
Keep it going.
I need I'll do a shoey out of what's that product?
The shoey Vasa.
The shoey Vasa.
Fair.
Give me a clean, no hair inside the shoe. I don't need like the tongue with my freaking sweat in it from that run I did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Give me the freaking rubber shoey Vasa, and absolutely I'll do a shoey Vasa if Carla wins.
Let's go. Mike Finch, shoey Vasa. Somebody send him one. He'll give you his P.O. box somewhere in his DMs. Guys, run the likes up. Let's get it. Much love to everybody watching. We appreciate you. Check out Mike Finch's channel. I got it linked in the description, as always. The Moneyline. We out here each and every week before the UFC cards. Check us out next week on Thursday, and also check us out for BKFC. We got the bare knuckle bets specifically on the BKFC app, but you can watch us there, man. If you're watching BKFC, you obviously have the app. That's the only way you're going to watch the fights. So come through.
$5 a month?
What'd you say?
$5 a month, right? And you can watch
$4.99, baby. $4.99.
$4.99, and you guys can watch bare knuckle fist fights live. That's essentially their biggest fights. That's their pay-per-views. $5 a month. You get to watch our picks show. You could have made a lot more than that had you watched the last one, because AJ got every single pick right on the entire card. You're going to miss out on free money. That's not like you people. Jump on bare knuckle bets, and we'll see you over there for this next breakdown that we're recording in a couple days' time. We're going to be staying on it, guys. Every single BKFC card we're breaking down. We'll see you there.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And note, the pay-per-views are included. It's not like ESPN Plus. They give you those pay-per-views. Join BKFC's app because you get to see us, but also because bare knuckle fighting is absolutely fucking incredible, man. So much love, Mike Finch. Much love, people. I got to get some food in me, man. I'm fucking starving.
Get it, birthday boy. You enjoy your damn self. We'll see you on Saturday. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Have a great one, people. Peace out.